What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. So it's a pivotal game tonight between the Clippers and the Mavs. And it's definitely pivotal because, game 3 is one of those type games in a 7-game series that when you do the percentages, I think it's about 83% of the time. Whoever usually wins game 3, a lot of times wins the series. Now, it's no definite, it's no guarantee with that. So, I don't want you guys overreact with that or anything. But still, it's definitely a pivotal game because you definitely want, your team to come out on top. And I believe the Clippers will come out on top. I definitely believe the Clippers will come out and show out a lot better. And I believe they will score over 100 points. But I also think Dallas might score over 100 points. So it might be a little bit closer than what I would like it to be. But I definitely think the Clippers will pull it out. We've been in this situation before. Kawhi is back, and he looked a little rusty last game. And you heard my rant and my my thoughts on how that all played out in the last video. You can definitely check it out if you haven't. And this time, I believe Kawhi will be a little bit better this time. I'm not going to say he's going to be like 38, 40 points better, but I think he'll be, 25 to 29 points better than what he was from the first game we saw him last game in game 2, where I think he scored like 15. But even with him scoring 15, he still played good defense and they still were right there to win the game possibly. They only lost by 3 points and actually held down under 100 points, which I haven't seen a team do in the latter part of the season. The whole point of that time, from the All-Star break to the end of the season, nobody's held them pretty much under 100 points because Dallas was the hottest team in the league. And going to the playoffs, that's the reason why I think a lot of people, in regards to the media, pick the Dallas Mavericks to win because of their hot streak, and they feel like Dallas is on to something. And, no disrespect to them, but at the same time, I don't feel like they should disrespect the Clippers by demeaning what the Clippers are, what they have, what they're made of, and how many all Hall of Famers they have on their team. Because as I said before, you can have one or two of the Clippers struggle and they still can win this series or a game against the Dallas Mavericks, because when I think about Gaffords and PJ Washingtons and Derek Lively's and Maxi Klebers, I just don't think about a bunch of guys who are inclined enough to stop the 4 Hall of Famers that the Clippers have. Really. Honestly, I think if any one of these 4 players on the Clippers, 4 Hall of Famers, Kawhi, PG, Harden, or Russ, I think any one of them can have a 30-point game. Hell, I think all of them can have a 20-plus point game, honestly, against the Dallas Mavericks in one night. I really believe they can. I believe all of them can make an impact every single game offensively if they really actually choose to. And, but I do understand that there's plays run and things like that. But the Clippers, mainly to win this game, I would say they definitely need to focus more on the defensive end, because defense is really going to generate their offense a little bit better, because when they play defense, they get out on the fast break. That means Kawhi Leonard is going out there on the fast break getting dunks. That means James Harden's on the fast break. And definitely if Russell Westbrook is on the fast break, they're definitely probably scoring on that, because Russ can go from one end to the other end still in his career now and really score himself. And the energy that Russ brings, trust me, I don't think nobody on the Dallas Mavericks is going to match that, or they even have anybody to match that. Now, it's going to be a tough game simply because the Clippers are going into an arena where, it's going to be a hostile environment for them. But the Clippers have won here before. They really have. And they've shown they've beaten this team here in big moments. And Kawhi has stepped up in big moments. I expect Kawhi and PG to have good games. I expect James Harden to have a decent game. And what I mean by decent, by James Harden, I need him to have at least about 16 to 18 with about 7 to 8 assists and 2 to 3 turnovers or less. That's what he needs to have. And James, and as far as Russell Westbrook, if he can get somewhere in double digits, with a couple assists and a few rebounds and, a few turnovers, I believe, Kawhi and PG, I believe they'll have about 22 plus points in this game apiece, where that should, put the Clippers over the top. If they can get some hard-nosed rebounds from Zubac and get about 8 to 10 points from him, maybe a double-double, 10 and 10 from him, I think that'll definitely, help as well. And I believe Norman Powell definitely needs to have a bigger game, bigger impact than he's had the first 2 games. The first 2 games, I think he scored like 5 points. each game. And I think that's not going to be good enough for the Clippers to actually move forward. They're going to need more from Norman Powell because he's just one of those guys that they depend on coming off the bench that makes them more of a well-rounded team offensively. So, I mean, he doesn't come in there for defense, but he comes in there for offense. So with his offense in there, they definitely need his offense because he's one of those type players where once he gets going, he can light Dallas up and Dallas won't have an answer for him at all. And really, to be honest with you, he's the X factor in the whole series because people expect, Kawhi, PG, or one of the big four to have a big night, or two out of the big four to have a big night. That's just expected. And if all four of them have a big night, that's good, but at least 2 out of 4 is going to have a big night most nights. But the X factor, or the third guy, technically is Russell Westbrook, but Norman Powell kind of takes over that role sometime when Russell Westbrook doesn't score as much, or when Russ is just really using a lot of his energy on the defensive end and running the fast break and finding Norman Powell the 3-point line when he cuts to the elbow or straight to the corner. That's pretty much where the bench is going to have to generate the points from between him and Russ like they always do. And that's the reason why I said the X factor in this series and pretty much every series that the Clippers are in is going to be Norman Powell. If Norman Powell can give them double digits, 10 to 15 points every game, well, then the Clippers will be just fine. They really probably won't lose. They won't lose against Dallas ever again, probably, if they can just get that from him and everybody else just pretty much play their part. But it is a crucial game. I definitely would like the Clippers to pull this game out because, even if the Clippers go down 2-1, it's not the end of the world because the Clippers been down 0-2 before. But I mean, you don't want that pressure on you to have to go into game 5 and or the game 4 and try to make sure you win that game because you wouldn't want to go down 3-1 because that will really put you on the brink of elimination, and that's not where the Clippers want to be. So I mean, the Clippers definitely wanted to stay in the driver's seat. They won the first game, definitely get this third game. Honestly, I know Kawhi Leonard, being Kawhi with his mentality, he wants the Clippers to get both. Damn split in Dallas. He want the Clippers to get both games in Dallas, and they end it in LA. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the mentality the Clippers need to have. They don't need to come out here with the mentality, oh, we can get one in Dallas, we're fine, we're good enough. No, damn it, get both. Don't go out there bullshitting around. Go out there, kick ass, and do what you're supposed to do. Because like I said, when it comes to this winning shit, Kawhi is all about it. And I need to make sure, and I need to understand. I need to know whether PG and the rest of them is on the same page. Because as long as if Kawhi's like that, that's one thing. But the reason why the Clippers have failed in the past, not just because of Kawhi's injuries, the bubble, they failed because other guys weren't on that winning shit like Kawhi is on. When Kawhi gets on his playoff mode, he's a little bit different. He probably even acts a little bit different towards teammates in the locker room. Of course, in a good way, but I mean, still, he's all about winning. And that winning factor goes a long way. So, I mean, when we talk about that, I need PG and all of them to be on it. I need them to be with the shits also. Because I know Kawhi is. Because Kawhi is pretty much thinking one thing. He see Luka, as I said before, he ain't trying to be friends. He ain't trying to buddy. Only thing in his mind, like he's telling Luka in his mind, close your eyes, buddy, because that light about to come. I'm about to shoot you out this world. I'm about to take you out. And that's the mentality that I like. That's the reason why Kawhi has killer mentality. And that's the reason why I think the rest of the Clippers need to adapt that, from Kawhi. They might not have killer instinct the way Kawhi does, but they need to kind of have sort of that kill mentality because Dallas is an irritable type team. They're a team where if you play with Dallas too much, they can beat you. And if you don't, have that sense of urgency, you can find yourself down in the series as the Clippers were before. And I don't think Kawhi wants that. And I think, trust me, I believe he's preaching that to his guys. And Ty Lue need to be preaching it as well. Because honestly, I think they need to just get both games in Dallas and not fuck around. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I know some teams kind of have the notion of, oh, we just get a game out there. We're good. We can bring it back home. No. Damn near end it there. Be up 3-1 when you leave Dallas and come back to LA and ship their ass back home to Dallas right where they belong. That's exactly what they need to do. That's exactly need to be the mindset. So now go do it.